Welcome to Our Voice. My name is Clarence Louie, and I'm your host tonight. And we are sponsored by the San Joaquin County Asian Alliance. And tonight we have a very special guest. Her name is Robina Asghar, and she is the Executive Director of the Community Partnership for Family of San Joaquin. So welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, Robina, tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
I'm from Pakistan.
Okay.
I'm a mom of three wonderful young men. I am a mother-in-law of two bright young women and grandmother of three children.
Okay.
And a wife.
And a wife. Wow. A lot of roles, a lot of hats, and a lot of responsibilities, sounds like.
Yes.
Now,
Love every one of them.
okay, you love everyone. Now, when did you come to America?
I actually came to America in 1976. After my son was born. He was born in 1975. So it has been almost 34 years that I have been in the U.S.
Okay. Do you recollect your initial experience when you first came to America or to San Joaquin County? Was it quite a bit of adjustment? Were you speaking the English language or so forth?
No, I did not speak English language, and yes, it was quite a shock for me in that time. I come from a very conservative background, and I came here in summer. And I don't know if you guys remember or not, at that time it was like very short shorts, and people were not wearing sandals. And in my country, people don't wear sandals when they're poor. I didn't know it was a fashion statement. So it did took a time. Smell was different. Everything was different. It took a while to get used to it.
Okay. And you didn't speak English at the time, you're saying?
No.
So what did you have to do? Because you speak English very well.
Well, I had 1-year-old son, and I had another son after 2 years. So I learned with them watching PBS, Cookie Monster, Big Bird. So that was my teacher, as well as my children.
Okay.
So
So you learn a lot from your children, education themselves,
yeah.
but also watching our regular media.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever later on go to school yourself in America?
Yes. Almost 19 years ago, when my older son was graduating from Tokyo High School, he wanted to go to University of Southern California. And at that time, we were in the position where we could not get financial aid, and we could not afford to send him to University of Southern California because it was very expensive. But we are in this country for education reasons, and we made commitment to that. So we found out if parents go to school, the parents can get parent plus loan for their children. So I actually went to Delta College. I did my GED, I did my ESL, I did my AA, and I started as something doing for my son. I have a loan that we send him to school. He's, finished with education and thing. But in the process, I learned and I loved what I was doing, and it became interest and passion to me.
Yeah.
So I finished my education.
Well, let me see if I got that correct. So you went to school for one reason, was for your son, so he can further his education at University of Southern Cal. So you went and got your GED first, then you went to Delta College, then you said something about student loans. So you went and got student loans, not for your education, but
For our son education.
for your son.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of sacrifice you made.
Yeah, but when we came here, and that, when you look at your core values, part of our core value was that we are in this country because this country is a land of opportunity. And we can't just sit there and say, well, land of opportunity is going to give us opportunities, to work for it. And it does give you a lot of opportunity. For my son, it was opportunity for me to go to school so he can get the finance. We could get the loan to send him. But in the process, he finished his school, but I finished my school also.
That's right.
So it's a really wonderful opportunity for me, and it was a wonderful opportunity for me and my son.
Right. I'm going to continue in the education, but it was interesting about your core value. Because what you're saying also there in your core value, you said education is very, very high, is a high priority, but also making sacrifices. Sound like you made some sacrifices here for your child.
You know what? As a parent, we sacrifice, any parent, me or any parent, we sacrifice. Mother don't sleep at night. We make sacrifice on different level. If I believe anybody else who was in my situation who believed their son can go to a school where he can be achieve his dream, they will sacrifice also. So I actually don't see it as a sacrifice. I see it as a part of my job, but I see that when I did that, I got rewarded in a different way. My son is finished his education, but then for me, a woman who never had a high school, to finish high school and ESL and GED and BA and master, and then come in the job field and now run overseeing an agency, I think that's a big gift that I receive in the return also.
Yeah, you did make some personal gratification and personal achievement.
Yes.
So after Delta College, you went and got your bachelor degree, and then I hear you say your graduate school master's degree.
Yes, I got my bachelor from the California State Stanislaus, and my master from Sacramento State.
In what area?
I did my bachelor in psychology and my master in child development.
Child development. Oh, so you're interested in working with people.
Yes.
Okay. And then that brings us to the story of why you are today the executive director of the Community Partnership for Family in Sound King. And you've been involved in this for over 12 years.
Yes.
And you've been the executive director for the past 5 years.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what Family Resource Center is. Would you tell me, what is this?
Family Resource Centers are basically one-stop shop. When you go to a grocery store, and if you can get medication there, your milk there, if you go to a store where you can get, like the way Walmart say, you can get your clothes there, your shoes there, you don't have to go anywhere else. So basically, Family Resource Center is like that. It's a one-stop shop where you can go and get all your services there. The services providers are there. The WIC is there. The CalWorks specialists are there. Child Protective Services staff is there. There are low-income housing is there. So for families who are in low-income neighborhood and in economy like this, they're struggling when they don't have cars and they have 4 or 5 kids to take them on a bus, go downtown, get their food voucher and things. It's really hard for them, But when they have those services in their neighborhood where they can walk to the Family Resource Center, they can get services. There are homework clubs where they can enroll their children to get all kinds of educational enrich activities. Then there are coffees where parents are coming and just sitting there and talking about the neighborhood safety issues or how to parent each other, or, how to parent their children, and sharing the information. So mom is sitting there sharing, it's a respite care for her. There's a room where the children are playing with somebody and somebody's taking care of the children. It's a really different kind of situation, when you are in these days the families are in so much stress. They have so many things. Going to downtown or French camp is another thing. If you go and get your services in your neighborhood, and then you spend a little bit quality time with your children, you learn about how to parent your children. It's a wonderful, feeling. And then you come home, you don't spend your day out there struggling. So those are our Family Resource Centers. They are basically one-stop shop for families to come in and get services. If we don't have a service that they're coming in, we will arrange for the service provider to come into the Family Resource Center to provide that service to a family.
For information on the Community Partnership of San Joaquin and its programs, contact them at 209-444-4125. This has been Our Voice.